This court finds the defendant, Mattock Guard, not guilty.
Hooray! Wait.
Yay!
Wait.
Oh,
right.
Oh
That
no!
is all. This court is adjourned.
Don't yay this!
Yay!
No!
Yay!
And just like that, the case came to an end. I ran away from the courtroom and wandered the streets alone.
Oh yeah, this ending.
I never saw Maya again. The killer is a man of his word, so I'm sure he released her as promised. I heard the verdict of Miss Andrews' trial a few days later. She was found guilty, of course.
I love how he didn't even bother to be hired as her attorney as well.
You think she would have accepted that?
Who knows? I've seen wackier
The
things.
miracle
in
never
franchises.
happened.
Maybe it was never meant to. Because a
Well,
miracle
we saw this
is
at the end of a
something
previous
that
part
doesn't
anyway.
exist.
Yeah. Oh well.
And that was
So
the
that's what
end
the
of our
Ace Attorney
Justice for All
franchise. What a
playthrough.
Well, that's like the
Sure.
worst ending in this entire franchise.
Well, it's quite a way for it to come to an
But
end.
the future
but it
refused to change,
refused.
yeah.
As Chrono Trigger taught us, the miracle refused
The
to
miracle.
never exist.
Rakali, Jovah.
Is that a Spanish dancer?
Yes, let's rewind time.
Oh
Is-
yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
Jovah,
it's
you were on
Ghost
about
Recon,
this game.
but-
Yes.
Oh yeah. Let's go back a bit.
Oh, I wanted to hear the game's music played in reverse.
It doesn't sound good.
It will be too long, Graves. It will not sound great.
Also, you don't want to hear the beat bass reverse. It's almost as bad as hearing it chipmunk size.
It's like that Star Fox game on the Nintendo DS where, like Johnny said, you could just burp into the mic and it transcribes that in digital format.
Oh, I forgot there was a Star Fox
Star
game
Fox
for the
Command, I
DS.
think it's called, yeah.
Quite topical, actually. Topical indeed. But yeah, oh, I cannot wait to show you guys Ghost Trick. Ghost Trick is definitely one of my favorite games in Suzuki.
Oh, does it have the potential to be ported on the Switch?
Oh,
Or is
heck,
gonna
yes
be
it
left,
does.
It's his best game as far as I'm concerned.
It got ported to the iPhone and the iPad, so yeah, it definitely has potential for a Switch port. And it definitely has a great soundtrack. Like, it's pretty much an Ace Attorney soundtrack.
It's like it's a go, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's right. It's done by the original game's composer.
Yasumasa Kitagawa.
Oh,
No.
Oh, alright, here we go.
There are no objections this time. Correct. Even the judge knows we've gone back in time.
Basically, to answer your question, not Kitagawa. He started with the crossover. No.
Okay.
The composer of Ghost Trick is the composer of the original Ace Attorney game.
Okay.
Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
No alcohol in my
Judge,
courtroom.
can you not see anything suspicious here?
Yeah,
Well,
he's
like,
not supposed to be
seriously.
having He's not supposed to be having alcohol. in
Sure.
the courtroom.
We don't arrest people just because they're objection.
I have already told you, Mr. Wright.
I know.
Behave.
This court does not need any more evidence.
That's a terrible way to handle anything.
I am not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. It's to someone else.
Then you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
But who?
Please, Your Honor.
I'm thinking,
Well,
Not
think
hard
harder.
enough. Light it.
Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance.
Thank you. One chance.
One opportunity.
Yeah, yes, Frankie, lose yourself. Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
Objection! That's impossible! To turn this situation around in one try.
Edward, you're clearly being distanced from the court enough.
One try. That is all I will permit.
But you need to be more than just an attorney. You need to be an ace attorney.
Ooh.
Boo, that would have been so corny.
I have to try to remember
Diddle 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 diddle.
everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. Everything, everyone, every item. There must be a way to save Maya while taking on guard down at the same time.
Clone yourself. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time.
Can you imagine Ace Attorney the Clone Saga?
Who would you like to show evidence to?
I mean, it has a story called The Trial of Peter Parker, so...
I'm gonna show evidence to the patch.
Take that!
I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. A pirate ship, he said, one piece.
Take that!
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
Clever thing to fool any save scummers.
So it would have fooled me then.
I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Yeah, that's a thing Shitakumi likes to do. He gives the right answers sort of the same lead-in that the wrong answers do.
Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier.
Alright. It looks like they got a hold of him.
Okay.
Now, don't be an idiot and tell everyone where your location's.
Maya! She's okay, right?
Of course, she's in the cellar in my house on Montefiore Street. Oh, shit. Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence?
Yes, Mr. Transceiver. However you can see it. One is all I need.
Maybe there's a camera hidden in there too?
Well, it's a transceiver that sweats oil, so why not? I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout.
You didn't tell people where my hideout was, did you?
You do know your hideout was the scene of a police investigation site, right? I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back.
That was most regrettable. But it could have been worse. Could have killed them. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. By any means necessary.
I thought so.
I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Your failure?
So in accordance with the killer,
Success.
in accordance with the killer traditions, I must punch myself in the face.
Do you know the contents of the tape?
I was sternly told by my client to not watch it. So I have absolutely no idea.
Let's watch it though.
Actually, you are on this tape.
You are on candid camera.
Me? The killer documentary.
It's capture footage for the new Assassin's Creed game. There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What?
By a surprise witness, an oversized
Is that
teddy
true?
bear.
Mr. Wright? I'm voicing 2 characters who have similar voices. Who was it that planted a camera? Oh.
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
Da-da-da.
That was Adrian Andrews.
No. It was Masahiro Sakurai. Who do you think? Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
The judge having about as much backbone as a slice of jelly.
Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
That was so they could film you.
Oh, shit. Well, I had no idea. Mr. Wright,
Yes?
why would my client do such a thing?
Oh, cool.
This
This
has happened to me.
Should I let him down easily or heavily?
I would like to know why.
Why did Madame Guard film the crime scene?
for the
So we
rules.
can put it on you've been framed or something. I don't know.
The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this madness. There is only one reason why your client was secretly filmed the crime
He
scene.
didn't trust your skills.
Huh! Your client once told me something very interesting.
You look like you were sewn back together.
We were talking about you, and this is what they said. And thankfully, it was within a room that is very well documented and recorded, as most detention centers are. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all, assassins.
Ironically, the assassin is the most trustworthy person in the room right now.
I know, right? Like, for all to kill his fault, and he has plenty, he's definitely very honest. Yes.
He has a code of ethic, basically.
That's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want, and somehow use it to frame Leighton for the crime as well.
By the way, where is Leighton?
Captivity, I guess.
Yeah. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you.
Maybe he's the eyes for the assassin, and that's how he can see what's going on here. He's wearing a minicam.
What do you have to say to that, Shelly the Killer? He blew a gasket.
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
And
You
your-
know, can calls from walkie-talkies like this one be traced?
Alright, well actually, Shiroi, see, the thing is, walkie-talkies don't work on the same,
They use
net-
radio frequencies instead of the frequencies that are being used by telephone.
so they
Yeah.
cannot be traced now.
And even if we could, per se, trace them, let's remember the killer has Maya in captivity.
Think of this, Shiroi. Our ingenious Italian skills made possible for us to communicate on two different levels of wireless connections.
Your client is a person who only thinks of themselves and using everyone around them to protect themselves. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness.
Yes.
Do you take your traitors fried or grilled? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony.
Barbecued.
Good choice. You said you detest traitors most of all.
Yes, that's right.
But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
Probably slaughter them.
I'll tell you now. That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case.
Oh, is that all?
And then that client would become my next target.
Professional.
For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity. I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment.
I see. That's all I wanted to know.
What the hell?
What the?
Sorry, that was me.
Please don't trip again, please.
No, I had to move the microphone.
So, the traitor becomes the killer's next target.
Irony.
Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around.
You could almost call it a turnabout. Mr. Wright.
What a story, Waves.
Yes?
My contract with my client is over as of now.
Music to my ears.
I seem to have a new job on my hands.
Best
What
of
do you
luck
know?
with that.
Progress
Now
never
return
stops.
to you your precious item.
My badge? I already have.
Actually, that's sexy. He's objectifying. He's clearly objectifying Maya.
Yeah.
Maya,
Sorry,
I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank
Mr.
God.
Wright, why are you grasping your head?
Let's just say this gave me a lot of gray hairs, figuratively speaking.
This trial appears to have come to its conclusion.
The judge is like completely speechless.
But, however, I'm sort of, I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and...
Just roll with it, yeah.
Miss Fukama, what did that...
She always has you in her sights, Your Honor.
What a
What a jolly old fellow.
Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict.
She's totally hiding behind Edgeworth, isn't she?
Yeah, go get it, Mana.
Mr.
Nina.
On guard.
that would be Nina.
Yeah.
It looks like somehow you got what you wanted.
Somehow.
Somehow, some way.
Technically speaking.
You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. This isn't how it was supposed to go. I was going to skip town, have my own series, take over my father's series. Yes, Layton's my father, so what? But before that, I would like to make one final statement.
When did Layton have a fling in America?
Somewhere in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Also, search your feelings, Dad. You know it to be true. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does.
You know, this is very humorous in a dark way, but shouldn't he be under protection now regardless of what he's done?
Yeah, technically.
Oh,
Then again, Shiro, if I recall correctly, it's pretty much implied that every person who's convicted guilty is sentenced to death.
help me. Not always, actually. Some do live, but yeah, remember, according to the court, Adrian Andrews was the quote-unquote, client.
No,
No.
I'm busy.
Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please.
Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright?
Oh, it's quite right.
We have finally reached the end of a very long battle.
Yeah, one that's puts you to have stress in the head.
Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape for him now.
Most satisfying ending ever. And it's one where my client is found guilty.
Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you.
So what do you think, Jovah?
Just follow your heart, Phoenix.
Open your heart. It's
Follow the
gonna
heart
be
of the
alright.
cards.
Right, Chief.
Right, let's
Just
save
need
it
to
here.
save
Good idea.
here.
Let's save the game first.
Oh, he's suspending the game?
When you save in the DS versions, you will always suspend the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man on guard? Eh? Even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty?
I think prison is your better of the two options, dude.
Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger.
Like, the killer's literally standing outside the door right now.
Like, seriously, Franziska got shot, and the killer wasn't even trying to kill her. Can you imagine what he'd do to him? You can't run away from your crime anymore. Or can you?
Wow, it was so stressful for him the game restarted.
But, you know, I was thinking maybe I was a bit too hard on Mr. Ungard. You know what? I mean, the guy went for a lot of work to get what he actually wanted. You know, I'm sure he paid a lot of money, really strived hard, so, you know what? Congratulations, Mr. Matt Ungard, my ever so wonderful client. Please, make sure to savor every moment of what little time you have left.
I love how we're condoning this.
Your Honor? As always, the defense pleads not guilty. What?
You what, mate?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Matt on guard.
Hold it!
Lost your voice.
Please, wait! Just wait a minute!
What's the matter?
If I get a not guilty verdict, then I'll be killed.
Should have thought of that, shouldn't you?
That's not my.
But my plan was not supposed to get unraveled this way, now was it?
I lost the part where that's our business, Vanguard.
Yeah.
I declare myself.
This is what he deserves.
No! Guilty!
Ooh.
Guilty! Guilty! Guilty!
Jesus.
And
Dead?
he just dies of blood loss.
Okay. You just flashed to blind. Okay.
As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
I thought the job was gonna say, as always, we have found a dead body instead of a witness.
I don't remember you helping out much in this.
Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard?
I have left Miss Von Kama in charge of his incarceration.
Oh boy.
I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whip leather right about now. Oh God, it hurts even more! Will someone give my face some disinfectant? Why did I claw it out? I'm dying here!
Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, Witness?
Yeah. Fate averted.
Fate averted.
Go on, Joy.
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor.
I wonder
Which
if that'll
is
lead to
about-
us meeting again someday.
About well under a year.
She's lucky she only tampered and didn't do anything more serious.
This trial was the first time I had stood on the witness stand, and when I did,
I discovered how
Fragile
Yellow
your
everything.
I
glasses
really
are.
felt hopeless.
Alright.
and how yellow everything looked.
Don't worry,
I'm-
we're planning to make it more orange in the near future. Well, maybe 7 years from now. Maybe 8 years. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness. How should I put this? She has an illness.
Hmm.
If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me.
Edgeworth is harsh.
That is one of the main things about the court, is like, well, sometimes you gotta do stuff you definitely would not like, and if Edgeworth hadn't done that, well, we wouldn't have been able to save Maya.
Remember, I've said it before. I mean, it's a shitty thing to do, but it's an actual tactic that's used in, courts. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
sometimes it's the only way you can get something important out of a person.
And considering
As
how
shitty as it
Maya's
is.
and considering how Maya's life was at stake, all things considered, yeah.
We needed to know everything that we could. Unfortunately, that meant we had to pull
Thankfully,
some tactics.
thankfully, Adrian is understanding of it.
Please understand.
That's the first time I really saw myself and who I am.
Did the video glitch?
Hmm?
I
And
saw that
today,
bit just before.
when the two of you used your combined
Yeah,
strengths to
same.
convict Matt,
Plus installed the fear of God into him.
I felt like I had finally been saved.
I have been
Aww. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile.
Not in a condescending way.
Yeah.
And it's not creepy like Von Karmuth. I am really happy that you two are in charge of this case.
True, if any other pair of attorneys had been in charge, oh boy.
It would have been done in less than a day.
But we wouldn't have found the truth.
I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment.
Let me know in a few months if I ever see you again. Can't imagine that happening.
This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am.
I'm proud of it.
Thank you so much, everyone.
You're welcome.
Fade to black. It looks like we have resolved everything at last.
Oh, the verdict, Judge.
Dio, what do you think the
Nope.
verdict is?
Well, no, yeah, but
That's
it's,
what
formalities.
There are still a few things I'm confused about. By the way, he's guilty. But everyone seems to be in good spirits.
Except
Again,
for
just
Matt.
like in that Goosebump episode. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
And that is good enough for me. I'm probably going to get told off for not attending to formalities, but fuck it. That is all. The court is adjourned.
I mean, he kind of just did confess, so I guess? I guess that'll be discussed at a later trial. One that will not involve me, thank you very much. I am done with that client.
You were great out there, Phoenix.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get any more harder for me from now on. What I did out there was right, wasn't it?
This is the first time you've not gotten your client off.
And I'm actually glad for that.
Well, does that mean though that Phoenix still doesn't get paid?
Oh, crud.
Wah, wah. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right?
I think I do. Yes, I understand now.
Phoenix, think back for a second.
Think, Phoenix. Think.
I'm thinking, okay? Someone said the
It
lights are out.
before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say incredible, more so painful.
Heavy.
Now then, Mr. Wright, yes, Mrs. Verby.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear the defense's final statement on this matter.
Guess the memory's coming in a bit fuzzled if Phoenix is imagining the judge with a different accent.
Well, not.
I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life?
Justice.
My client, man on guard, is...
Is he guilty, or is he not guilty?
Look at that, players. Your choices do matter in shaping Phoenix's character.
Those were your choices then. And your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you.
Aww.
That's kind of what I've heard people say about the tutorial of this case, is like, you know, the amnesia thing, you know, being an excuse to have a tutorial, but at the same time, some people viewing it as, you know, Phoenix literally starting from the bottom and finding himself.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. With a lot of the original trilogy, you could argue Phoenix isn't just the main protagonist. Like, when it comes to the first game, a lot of people see that also as Miles Edgeworth's own story as well. You know, you see Edgeworth's character development throughout through and through. And in Ace Attorney 3, well, let's just say that's for a different character. Justice for All, this is what people consider to be Phoenix's game through and through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the first game, you could tell, especially towards the latter half, that Phoenix was there to help push Edgeworth's character to where he is.
And that's a genius thing. Despite maybe not being the actual main character of the story, Phoenix still works so much as a game protagonist, as the link between you and the video game world, while also still having his own character.
No, I often like stories where the protagonist isn't who you think it is.
Yeah.
You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick!
Oh, she punches deceptively hard for a kid. Well, she's got to do a lot of exercise, I guess.
I believed in you.
Aw, protect that smile.
Yes.
I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her.
And lo and behold, he saved her all right.
Come on, Pearl.
I think she's earned a cry after all this.
Yeah, honestly. This is a lot for a child. Especially a child that's been sheltered her entire life.
Let's see, in this year, she has lost her mother because her mother tried to make her the head of the Corain Chamley technique. Her cousin, the one family she has left, was nearly killed, and yeah. Wait, what's wrong?
Miss Von Karma.
She's right behind me, isn't she?
Teleport's behind you.
Hey there! About earlier. Thanks. Ow!
Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Do you not know the concept of joy, woman?
No.
I do, but it's not the same as everyone else's.
You must run on Schadenfreude.
You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed.
But not by you. By Edgeworth. Technically.
But he did win, actually. It's the principle of the thing. And yet, you are still happy?
Yeah, some lawyers don't like
So-
getting scumbags
Yes,
off the hook.
Some people happen to have other joys in life.
I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. Actually, she will. Character development.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Don't worry, she may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth. For my own personal victories, and for guilty verdicts.
Mm-hmm.
I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat because I didn't check the back of a freaking receipt, but I digress.
Let it go, Edgy.
That's like the dumbest way you can lose your streak.
I felt like I had lost everything because of that.
Always read the fine print. That's the lesson of the first game.
Or check both sides your book.
And then, well, man, things went all to hell on Christmas morning of all things. It was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. Actually,
Judging by this
technically it
universe,
wasn't
I think
Christmas
things were
yet.
always in hell.
And I was saved by that person I called my enemy.
Don't you mean frenemy? I'm
I
sorry.
couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. Thankfully, in the 3DS version, they include also Rise from the Ashes, because that's kind of what Rise from the Ashes was meant to do. Give Edgeworth more of a reason why he was down and depressed after, you know, he kind of just got proven innocent after Turnabout Goodbyes.
Not just that, yes, there was that minor speech that he gets, he rises from the ashes, but it did not give still the feeling as someone who just wanted to go away.
See, this is why Rise from the Ashes helps it out. It's like, well, in Rise from the Ashes, we see Edgeworth actually broken with the fact that he has become the very thing he hated, and that he also ended up using illegal evidence, albeit not intentionally. And it was in that moment that clarity came to me.
What foolish nonsense.
We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant, as
But,
is our
Jovah,
jobs.
Jovah, have we figured out what it means to be a lawyer yet?
But every time we did so, that's
Because
what
we were going
we-
on about that earlier in the case.
Objection! No matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith.
He said as to show the judge saying no and being defeated.
Not his most proud moment. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well.
But he just made a mistake.
What? You trusted your enemy?
Maybe because he didn't have to be my enemy at that point. It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. Or how deceptive it is. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. Bitter as it may be, the only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But that we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This, I promise you.
The truth.
Yes, Pearls, the truth.
The truth. The truth.
Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense lawyers exist.
To bicker.
To find the truth.
Precisely.
Well,
Bickering is just part of the
they have to
territory.
bicker first to get to the truth.
But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right?
A lot of pregnant pauses in this scene.
This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night.
Pedro, everyone's actually voiced by me.
That's some very good voice work you got, Shiroi.
Didn't he had so much range?
Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick?
You really let me down.
Oh.
When you disappeared, I felt betrayed.
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 The reason
Betrayed.
I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me. All those years ago.
Also because the suits look cool.
And you betrayed your own words.
Yeah.
That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. Since you know you were kind of on the cover of the game.
You pathetic fool!
Miss Von Karma.
There is no convincing it.
I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser.
This coming from the person who's lost to me twice in a row.
Yeah.
And who would have lost 3 times if she hadn't been shot in the arm.
Yeah. Quite right.
Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect.
In prison.
And dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Manfred is dead.
Yeah.
And no one mourned.
Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy.
Oh, you
From
cannot
now on-
build. You
From
cannot
now
build
on,
the
you'll
old
only be known as
anymore.
Miles Edge.
About that.
Because you're not
The edge is
worthy.
sharp.
Yeah. Miles Edge.
But what about Von Karma?
Karma's gonna bite her in the arse soon.
Ah, not so lucky this time, were they? Or should I say unworthy?
You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma.
But I was never a Von Karma.
Well, he was adopted by them, and, you know.
And neither am I.
That's probably good for you.
It's over. It's all over.
It's all over.
Slam.
Isn't it? Why can't I move on?
Pretty much. Franziska threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver.
Yes.
Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? Poor guy. Oh god, is Gumshoe still alive?
Hopefully.
I'll
Maybe
return
that's
this
why
to
he
the
hasn't
precinct
appeared
later.
since.
Mr. Wright, I don't feel so good.
Uh-oh. There's something else.
Von Karma snaps her fingers.
Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip?
Oh, the thing that's plagued us all.
Custom made, I guess.
Can we destroy it, please?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action.
Maybe actually that's the perfect headcanon. It's the vampire killer around the time that the Belmonts could not hold it anymore.
Don't misinterpret it. I mean, for all you know, she could just be fuck both of you.
You should keep this, right? Oh, cool, a trophy from each prosecutor I've defeated. Okay.
Oh, hey, go on, Pedro.
Nick.
Let's
No, wait.
see.
I'm.
Hang on a minute, Maya. I just need to check my court record.
Thrown away by Francisco Monkarma. It has a certain
Wait,
mysterious
I'm Maya.
nostalgia to it.
True.
Remember, Pedro's Athena now.
Don't induce me into error webs.
So confused.
Maya!
We swapped at some
Maya!
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
And my
Aw.
voice cracked.
Aw, Pearl's going through puberty.
Happy reunion.
I'm 25, I'm not 9. Or however old Pearl is.
No one's judging you, don't worry.
Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through.
I have to.
You got
What's that?
got convicted, like I knew you would.
What's that line, Dweebs? I came as soon as I knew you
I
defeated
came
the
when I
Elite
heard you beat the Elite Four.
There you go.
And on top of that, you even rescued me.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm like a superhero at this point. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you.
Dessert?
Yes.
But we sure pressed our luck that trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Let's never press it again.
Please.
Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak,
That would mean that every time I defended you would have been for nothing.
I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly.
Brilliant.
Ah.
She'd be doing more than her sister.
Is it really that easy to do something like that?
Yes.
Heck yeah. Well, maybe not for Maya, because she's not particularly great at this point. I don't know. It might be easier to come back as a spirit than it is to channel them, so...
I wonder.
Thanks a lot, Nick. I almost did the Pearl voice for it, though.
Don't mention it.
No shipping.
Maya.
Mr. Edgeworth.
You know, I surprisingly don't see a lot of shipping between Maya and Edgeworth.
And then between her and Phoenix as well.
I'm gonna leave.
That's
you're
because
alright.
legal partners is OTP in this universe.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks... Oh.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from how I was a year ago. Well, for one thing, you're more upbeat and not suicidal. That's a good improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh no.
No.
I do
Oh,
believe
no.
that was the sound of my wallet cracking out in agony.
Remember, Phoenix is not
All
getting
right.
paid.
I think it's time we go out for... I think it's time we go out of this depressing place.
That's
You're
his
going
word.
to have to go back to it
Huh?
soon, right?
Wait, where are we going?
Back to the law offices?
Food,
Well-
Nick! Food! Grub! Chow! I'm starved.
Oh boy.
And you're paying, of course. I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice tasty burger on a bun to me, Nick. That's a weird line.
Wait. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib, at least, I'll have you know.
More like spare rib.
Ooh.
I don't know, Dwibs. In the
Remember
manga,
Stretch
Phoenix is pretty
Please?
ripped.
Yes, I will lift pills.
If you insist. That's right, Edgeworth. This time you're coming along with us for the party. And you're not going to go off and... Well, yeah, you're not going to go off this time. Alright, so how about we hit our usual burger joint?
Don't be silly, Nick.
Of course.
I'm sorry, black holes in my wallet say what now?
This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food.
Oh no.
So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast.
Oh, joy. Another feast?
Well, come on, Nick. Food!
Oh, boy.
F-O-O-D.
Never change my...
Food. 5-star food.
Now.
Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Why do I have Myers theme?
Because it's the happy ending theme. Oh, Gumshoe! Are you alright?
What does it look like? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things.
A telephone pole.
A telephone mast.
Wow. That telephone pole did some damage. Hey, wait a minute. That reminds me of something like a flashback. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog riding right into a pole. Be patient, I'm going somewhere with this. And just then, I thought of a certain detective.
Wink, wink. Do you mean me, sir?
Oh, somebody pick up the phone because I called it!
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure we'll find you a nice phone in.
Yes, please. A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him. Huh. Who the funk?
So what, is a cop from LA Noir gonna give him the ticket for running the red light?
Oh, hey, Lotta.
Yeah, I did it
You did it again, city boy.
Glibs,
sorry.
that's your
Yeah, that's also me.
Sorry, I forgot. Yeah,
It's okay.
Well, name this part. Dwibs tries to steal/rearrange roll.
I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking,
Y'all.
Yeah.
y'all.
Anyway, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah,
Maybe
see,
it's
he's
about to
freaking
give
ripped
out.
in the manga.
Do you
Yeah,
even
it was more exciting than the very last episode of Steel Samurai.
He became a Hokuto no Ken character.
Yeah.
the absolute unit?
Thanks, Mr. Hugh Jackson.
You're welcome.
Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon y'all bullied Mr. Wright too hard?
Aww, Lotta's coming to my defense. She's come quite a ways after that year.
If you don't stop being a lot nicer to him, you might just kick it. Tonight even.
Poor Edgeworth.
I'll keep that in mind.
Isn't Phoenix also like this in some of the official art as well? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he is.
Well, come on now. Everyone gather round.
Yeah, that's the thing. The story suggests that Phoenix is a wimp, but dude, Phoenix is pretty tall and can actually put up a good fight, as we see in the crossover.
Here?
Right. Oh. Looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera.
Which looks just like the previous one.
Pictures and all that.
The lens looks sweet.
Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now.
Yes. Hopefully it never gets any more tragic than this.
Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal.
Seriously, I've been having nothing but rice for the past 2 months.
Dweebs.
Amen to that, pal. Amen.
Wouldn't that be Pager who does it in Shore's absence?
Well, you back now, Siri?
Yes.
Well, it wouldn't be a par without Web stealing someone's role.
You know,
God
when
dang
you
it,
think about
Dwibs.
it, you were the one
We're
who
doing
saved the
terrible
night
act.
detective.
Although I can't exactly speak for that.
Me? You really think so?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Fancy being an extra in my new film?
he's right.
What about you, Mr. Edgeworth?
If it wasn't for the free items you took... Well then, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Wink, wink.
So meta.
Oh well, you know it's.
Merry Gummus?
Wait.
Hmm?
That's odd.
What?
I ran out with the things from the killer's hideout. I for sure I took 4 things total, sir.
What? 4?
Yes,
One more than
it's,
3.
It's amazing you can count. Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket.
Oh, your coat pocket. There was a 4th item?
Yeah, there was a 4th bullet.
Ah, come on, y'all. It's over.
I guess. I don't know. Something... Nah, you know what? Happy music's playing.
The whoo boy, I tell ya. You're really something else.
I'm kind of a miracle worker at this
She
point.
can look at that. She can get her hand off her afro.
I'm sure she's... Her... That's probably where she keeps her camera.
Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped?
Yeah. Oh god, both of those happened to Maya in this game.
I'm sure it'll never happen again.
Totally.
Never a dull moment with you, huh?
What I wouldn't give for a dull moment in my life. I mean, I know that some people want exciting lawyer work, but holy cow.
It might not make for a very
You
exciting
think?
case, would it?
Don't make a hobby out of it, Maya. Why does she look so happy about that? Why?
But being shut away for 2 whole days. Weren't you scared? Why does she look happy with that too?
You'll see.
These the wrong sprite.
Sure.
The thrill,
Sure,
I
it's
guess.
because it's part of her fantasy about Nick rescuing her like a knight in shining armor.
Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so helpless.
We even got to play as Maya for a bit. Just a bit.
So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture.
Oh, did you now?
I'm surprised there were things in a wine cellar that you could use to draw a picture.
Sounds like you had it rough. So, where's this picture of yours?
Well, Maya's 18 now, so she can probably drink all the time.
I guess you can.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture.
If this is set in the US, then she's not old enough.
Oh yeah, that's right. Drinking age is 21.
Yep.
Well, around here in the well, hey, if this was set in the UK, it would be okay.
No.
You know, I don't know where it went.
That was the
Oh.
item in Gumshoe's pocket. I can.
Aw, that's too bad.
Shame indeed. Guess we'll never get to see it.
Ever.
Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway.
That's what they all say. Aww. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again.
I'm pretty sure that's the food from like a week ago.
Let's not tell
Nope.
Maya that. That's how I was able to get this on a discount.
Beep boop maggot.
Yeah.
Huh. Switching to the court record turns it off.
So what's here? Basically, you're saying the gatekeeper's tracking us.
Or the soldier from TF2.
Hmm? What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up.
Is it?
Yeah, we can hear it. That's Miss Von Karma's receiver.
He's been traumatized heavily by Von Karma. She's whipped him, she's given him pay cuts. Oh yeah, she fired him too.
Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir.
And even then, she's still giving him pay cuts, even though he doesn't work there anymore.
Because
Yeah.
can't believe she stuck a Tracy tracking device on me.
She's creepy like that.
What a Von Karma will do to win. Oh boy. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here... Kinda catchy. The
No.
tracking device seems to be in a different location. I wonder...
I hope it's not someone at the toilet.
Libs?
It's probably busted or something, sir.
Oops, what did we say about drinking too much sugar?
I'm not drinking anything.
Did you just say drinking too much sugar?
I don't think you drink sugar.
Oh, you'd be surprised. People find a way.
Jovah, not every drink outside of America is like that filled with sugary juices.
You'd really be surprised, guys. But anyway, I digress.
You'd really be surprised how much sugar I put in my coffee on a bad day.
Anyway.
I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do, and don't worry, I promise not to leave any notes this time.
Edward is a party pooper. Everyone point and laugh at him.
Hey, at least he actually came this time.
Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet.
I have my dinner reserved at the Grand Gourmet.
Should I tell them it's because the food is a week old, or... You know what? No, I'm just going to smile and wave. And you've eaten way too much, you glutton.
Well, give her credit. She's been locked up for 3 days.
Yeah.
That's actually a lot of time for no food.
Shame the food has to be uber expensive. Wait. I need to save.
For some reason.
Right, hurry up.
I get the feeling like this will come in handy later down the line.
Mr. Wright's going to use his time turner technique.
What? Anyone else feel like there was a displacement of the time stream? Yeah, maybe it's
Yes.
just
Everyone
me.
had to think for a few seconds.
I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? It should be me.
Oh.
I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel.
The badge.
I need that
Again,
for my
stay
job.
away, fanfic. Stay away, fanfic writers.
Maybe I should give him...
They never
no,
will.
Probably should not. That's way too soon. The pistol?
You're going to shoot Edgeworth?
Yes, a Merry Christmas, Edward.
Take that!
Was the ultimate twist.
What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job, after spending about a year over in Portugal, but I digress. Or was it Italy?
Maybe it was Wales.
It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick.
Or Bird.
Thank you, Pearl.
Hey, Mystic Maya!
We're leaving here.
Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right?
No. That's
Hands off your keyboard,
that's an
Pearl.
overrated ship.
Yeah, I have a more fitting one. Oh wait, no I don't. Nobody loves me.
Aww.
I'm-
Maybe she
I'm-
also.
no, I'm
I mean, she
keeping
had
my
a goal
mouth
with the entire Marvel Universe anyway. One more to the pile. What's make the difference?
Boy,
You
you're
and Mr. Nick,
shipping.
I mean. Pearly? Would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me.
Who put this in her head in the first place, Pearl?
Good question.
I mean, she'd have to get it from somewhere.
So,
She
who's
doesn't go
paying for this
outside.
lovely dinner party?
That's
yeah,
a very good
about this.
question.
That's a good question.
As if you need to ask.
Yeah, Edgeworth. Oh crap, Edgeworth left.
Yeah, Maya doesn't do asking for permission.
Everyone say thank you to Nick.
Why,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome and... Wait. Huh?
Nick doesn't get paid.
Nope.
Not even this time.
Gumshoe?
I'm kind of at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. I'm
Wow.
just that depressed.
No, you're
I'm
not
poor.
poor.
So I kind of already.
But
put
that
your
can
name on
lead
the
to
bill.
depression.
You invited us to a dinner and put my name on the bill? Huh? Huh?
Now breathe, Phoenix.
Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself.
What?
Must have been one expensive camera.
No. No.
Maybe not that she should work with Frank West. At worst, she's gonna become a zombie victim anyway.
There's this camera shop in the hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It better be... Oh. It better be anyhow for 3,000.
That sounds
$3,000.
quite expensive indeed.
That's like £2,500
For a camera.
Wait, huh? 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 Okay, Phoenix. Just keep relaxed.
Breathe.
Ah.
Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all.
Phoenix has horrible friends.
Oh wait, that means Lotta does have money to pay for the food.
Yeah, mine. Huh? 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 Sutakumi!
And so the next game ends with Phoenix
Cue
Wright
the-
disowning all his friends.
cue the
because of
Seinfeld
one
theme.
gummy
Isn't
crab.
this great, Mr. Nick?
Ace Attorney was filmed in front of a live studio audience. So.
This is the real reason why Phoenix became how he is in Apollo Justice.
Yes.
This bullshit right here.
At this rate, I'm gonna be a hobo living in a box. I'm in the red. Are you guys happy now?
Yeah, Nick, totally.
Timing.
Build up.
Why do I suddenly feel like screaming?
Ah.
I think a lot of people like that line.
You reckon you need to hold back now, you hear? No, there, never mind.
But you're in character at least.
Oh, I'm not gonna hold back.
Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out.
And by that we mean
Just
your
cry
money.
into this turkey.
Oh, I'm gonna.
By that we mean your money. Cough up.
This is going to be the first time I hear the real.
Pearl, you may want to cover your ears.
You may want to leave the building.
Good job it's
Yeah.
not Apollo doing it, eh?
I mean, it's gonna echo big time in this hall.
Ah, meta humor.
Go on. It's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all.
Oh yes,
True.
yes you have.
And that's why you should definitely pay for my food, because I had a terrible time.
Da-da-da.
All right then, if you say so.
Press the Y button.
Or microphone, I
Objection!
Objection!
I'm not paying.
Oh no, trust me, when I played this
Shoot
game,
Takumi
I
with
only
two
used the
U's.
microphone for those moments.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there, why wouldn't you use it?
Alright, now it's Pedro.
You really came for me, Drew, Nick. I had to tie that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro.
Now can we please give the lawyer some rest from that? We're not going to, are we?
Nope.
No.
I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick, and I'm so happy for the two. Speaking of, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners, so I sort of made reservations for the two of you, just in case.
Maya, what is this bill for a lover's suite?
It wasn't my idea.
Sure it wasn't.
Well, pal, looks like I'm back on the force again. Miss Redder had a
Aww.
long talk with the chief, and he got me retained for it. He said it for my sake. I heard he said things like, "Voting no long ago is bad for society." I knew it. Crashing and going to everything is the only way to live, pal. It's the Star Trek way.
Yeah. Great moral for the kids.
Yeah. Good job on the character graphics. Hey, Maggie.
Who's Maggie?
Sure I is, but you know, automated
Go ahead,
I'm
text.
Liz.
retiring to general manager today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright.
Depends. If I have the money for it.
That you can afford a bed and breakfast.
Well, of course you'll have the money for it. You'll be paying, right?
Yes, and you're here to visit a patient. I'm Director Hati, yes. Recently, yes, that girl. I haven't seen her around. Yes, I remember. If I even laid so much as I on her, it would go crack. It didn't matter if I got whipped, though. Yes.
Moving on.
Jessica's worst nightmare, someone who enjoys the whipping.
Oh, hi,
It's
Max.
time to begin our quest of world circus domination! And to let the world know we are serious, I plan to make the famous flight to Zimbabwe!
Hey, Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
No, sweetie, it's in
How
Africa.
about,
I think if there are any talking
Virginia?
bunnies, even they would not laugh at most jokes. Ooh,
What a loving,
absurd.
supportive family.
Well, he's got a point, Roy. Most jokes, so that's why
Well, his jokes are terrible. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking
There's
of
a reason.
I'm ready! I'm ready! There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm going to be more contemporary with my humor. Mo curls represent.
Oh God.
We got worked out. Prepare for the hallelujah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Say something you're supposed to start us off. Get on with it.
So basically, Max is going to, help get them advertised over in Africa, which will explain why he's not present in Ace Attorney investigations too.
Oh, remember, Dwebs, Ben is the one voicing Trello anyway.
Yeah.
What's this? It's just an ordinary electric bill. I can't believe this, really. How long did they plan on making me do this? But it's Edgy Poo's idea, so that means it must have a deep hidden meaning. But why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? It was never like this in the old days. Everyone fought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy.
Oh, God.
They're going to fill the burn. And speaking of burn, playing with the fire is very just because of that at our house. We're doing sort of sitting right there.
Very good, Pedro.
Jesus.
The lady who plays her in the musicals is fantastic.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did you hear, Tio? Devil May Cry is also getting a live-action stage adaptation.
I can't even imagine how they can perform the
All the
stinger.
stunt work must be must sound draining.
Yeah.
She said that after I get out, I should be able to consult her about anything else. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. But she also said something about a whip.
Yeah.
That's another popular ship, by the way.
Yeah.
It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity. My website is www.dekiller.com.
Thank you. His transceiver will now self-destruct.
Yes.
Where is the transmitter, by the way?
Oh, Shinji Mikami.
The guy responsible for it. Oh,
March 23rd, 942, International Departures, Gate 12.
The plane for out of this game will be departing shortly.
Where are you going, Franziska?
Not.
How did you know I was here?
You
Let's
got
just
clumsy.
say I had a little help from the court record. With this.
Whose perspective is?
It's from both of theirs.
It's just a random guy watching.
That's
I heard you were planting things on a certain person.
Phoenix is hiding behind a pole somewhere watching.
Yes, he's a Tom peeper.
Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. Huh. I could just imagine Phoenix going, "Oh, now I get it."
That's just like you.
You are clearly not being tsundere because we are brother and sister. Adopted.
You hear that, fan base?
Yes, there's a fan base shipping those
Yes.
two.
Unfortunately, yes. I mean, it doesn't matter that they're not blood related, it's still creepy.
Yes.
I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. It's his fault. This filthy drab coat of his.
It used to be white.
I don't know how it ended up in my luggage.
It's like Gandalf. He was white, but then it got darker.
Yeah.
But it's going in the trash, I promise you that,
Into the trash it goes.
bitch. I mean, I like her, but she is a
Oh,
bitch.
that's right. Speaking of that man,
He has been rehired.
he told me something very interesting.
When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure it took 4 things total, sir. That's 4. That's 4 times 1, and that's terrible.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 items?
Yes, that's a 4 items. It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. Speaking of which, I'll be needing that coat anyway. His fans wouldn't be able to stand him without it.
He put it in here?
But it seems to be gone.
It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over.
Sure.
Seems like you got something to hide, lady.
No, that.
Well, what are you going to do now?
Play my new theme song.
That's none of your business.
Fuck off.
Oh, excuse me, I'm only
Now
your...
go away.
I'm only your brother. I guess I should know.
Estranged.
Are you running away?
We've barely spoken to each other in years.
It's like that Game Boy camera
Shut up!
creepy feature. Who are you running away from?
You don't understand a thing.
Well, by all means,
Enlighten us.
Yeah.
You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter.
Ugh.
A lot of pressure.
High expectations on a young child.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
that
which,
never goes well.
Speaking
Never.
of Franziska, how's your sister? Franziska.
So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill.
Ooh.
Your father kind of cheated all the way, though. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't really fulfill anything.
They didn't know that until a year ago, though.
I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure? Such a thing is not an option for me.
Let's not forget, she had media and news following her everywhere, which means that her first defeat was broadcast around the world.
My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But
he was a genius who became corrupted.
I think he was always a bit of a douche.
We'll see.
But me? I'm no genius. I've always known that.
Aww. Turnabout Big Top really did a number on you, didn't it?
Well, I
think it did a number on everyone.
Yeah.
We can all talk about this later. But I had to be one. I had to.
To uphold the legacy. But the Von Karma family name to mean something after what happened to Manfred.
Karma came back to bite you, huh?
Literally.
You may not be a genius like your father, and you may be better off for that.
You're not in prison.
Or
Yeah.
dead. But you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. Unless you choose to quit and become a defense attorney for whatever reason.
No, I'm not. Not anymore.
I left behind my letter of resignation, but you left your whip behind. That's what I meant.
It's
That
symbolism,
probably
you
would be.
dolt. I've even thrown my whip away.
Yeah, see?
About that. Now, let's say I'd given Edgeworth something else
badge.
back then.
The badge.
You remember how I saved earlier? Let's see. What if I give
gun.
Edgeworth...
The guy.
Suicide. Give her the pistol.
Take that!
I don't think.
Or
I
this?
don't think that's.
Take that, Orlata's camera. Or Maya's Megatama.
Don't give her the gun. She's already
Take
feeling
that!
depressed enough.
Nah, you know what? Heck, why not even this little trinket?
The badge.
Take that! What's this?
It's my badge. I resign.
It's my way of saying thanks. I see. Well, it's the thought that counts. Imagine if I'd given him Maya's Megatama. I guess I'm not very good at showing my appreciation. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. What to do with this defense attorney's badge? Now, let's see the result.
Yeah, you've thrown your whip away, but have this attorney's badge.
Right. You were supposed to give me the whip.
Can't you take a hint, man?
The game literally tells you what you're supposed to do.
You dumbass.
Thankfully, I did such in the first place and cue this heartwarming scene.
Which turned out pretty okay in the anime.
Oh yeah, the anime
What if the anime had a different scene of giving her the badge?
The anime definitely had its shortcomings. Thankfully, though, with Season 2, the anime is far much better. And we're getting
I
a lot
haven't
more
watched any of Season 2 yet, so...
I haven't even seen Season 1.
Oh.
We'll see those eventually. Right. Right gave me this to hold on to. Right.
Thank you for giving me the whip.
You knew something like this would have happened, didn't you?
Yeah, I made a mistake, but I used my time turner to rewind time.
I love how meta the game is with either telling you you're an idiot or patting you on the back. Well, I'm going to say this again.
That's kind of how people treat Phoenix, really.
Yeah. Again, Phoenix is the perfect link between you and this gaming world. That said, if you fail to bring the whip, then Von Karma says she'll just get a new one. I hope you will think deeply. Look inside yourself about what you should be striking down with that whip. Hint, it's not
With
me.
that whip. Well, there's no one else around,
Well, you're the
so...
nearest warm body, so...
Up, we're in an airport. Do you want airport security to be almost like ravaging
How
hounds?
did you get it past airport security?
Oh, it's a whip,
You
not a
haven't
sword.
changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me.
Oh.
She actually likes her brother.
She does.
Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you.
Baka.
Baka.
Idiot.
But you are my only child after all, so thank you.
I'm not saying that. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived.
What were we gonna do? Whip him?
No, something more elaborate.
It was foiled by 2 gallons of hair gel.
Whip him twice?
Actually, Shiroi, fun fact, Phoenix's hair is natural. It's Apollo's hair that needs the hair gel.
That's why the point flip-flops.
Then, this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you.
Simple code of this. I defeat the person who defeated you. I am the most powerful person there is.
Klingon promotion.
That was supposed to be my revenge, so sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
That sounds like. It also sounds like the promotion that the people in that mirror universe of Star Trek would do.
I see.
Da-da.
You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today.
I know where you're from. Trust me, we are very messed up. Seriously, I lived a pseudo Lion King fantasy believing that I killed my own father, but it was really the very man who took me in. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did.
Adrian Andrews?
Yeah,
Even Edward is trying to ship them.
You've
You
actually
forgot
got a
about
good
her
influence on her. You are going to use her during the trial, right? By the way, forewarning, her glasses shatter very easily under pressure. But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me after I had left you behind all these years, which is kind of a nice parallel to how Phoenix was sort of distancing himself from Edgeworth. And that's
Just
why
don't
we're
tell
standing
her
here
that
now,
she's a little like Phoenix.
side by side. It's okay, remember, Phoenix is spying all this, so he's here to hear it. But I have no intention of stopping. Don't you hear I'm about to get my own game?
Give it about 5 or so years.
If you say you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path,
Then take me with you, because I can't do it anymore either.
you know, that would be quite a way to go. Then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma. Farewell, my turnabout.
Roll credits.
Ding.
Da-da-da. Ooh.
Oh, she just needs a hug.
And then Phoenix...
I don't really want to hug her, honestly. I am Franziska von Karma.
Yes.
Layer of fluffy
We know
bunnies.
this.
It's how she entered.
Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. You had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth.
And then Phoenix is thinking, my god, she actually has a heart.
How is he seeing this, though?
I don't know. He's hiding in the luggage, probably.
He's just going around like the luggage reel, just watching.
He's here to try and get Edward to bail him out.
To be fair, maybe he ran away from the rest of them because he did not want to pay.
I'm stuck in the briefcase.
And when Phoenix died due to vacuum pressure, that luggage has to be subjected to.
I'll be
Shit.
okay!
I'm showing it again in battle. And
This is what Francisca's saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Jovah or Francisca?
No, it's
Well,
Francisca.
Well, whatever, it's automated anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I can give it to you, blah, 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 when at last we meet again.
By the way,
We'll
Phoenix.
meet again.
By the way,
Yeah.
Phoenix, you're trapped in that.
And look at
Trapped in
that.
There
By
we
the way,
go.
Phoenix, you're trapped in that
At
luggage.
the
How-
door.
Where are you going exactly?
So, here's a question. Like, I may have a theory on this, but why didn't? Well, it's obvious that Francisca withheld this evidence, but was it because of a fear that the whole, Maya being kidnapped would have been revealed to the court publicly, thus putting her more to risk?
That's actually a pretty good theory, and shows that Francisca may have actually had morals, but morals she doesn't want to reveal.
By the way, where's Leighton?
Oh!
Basically, Leighton was also released along with Maya, but Leighton decided to go on the first plane back to London and reassure Luke that he was okay.
So, Leighton, you gonna make amends with your son met on guard? Like your umpteenth son we've met.
The hell I will. Besides, I've got 15 more sons. I'll be okay.
Oh, goody.
Leighton really gets
And
around.
you have
doesn't
one daughter.
But anyway, the party's already long and we need our final thoughts, so
Right.
let's start this.
Final thoughts. Awesome game, but in general, but case 3 can suck my balls, and case 1, villain aside, I'm not that keen on case 1. But aside from, but cases 2 and 4 are fucking awesome. That's about it.
Alright then, sure, you go.
Big top aside, fantastic game.
Mm-hmm.
The music, I actually like a lot more of it than probably a lot of people do. Again, big top aside.
I see, Ray. I like it too.
I love it
Hey,
too.
I like it too. It's just that I'm
I just
still
like
waiting.
1 and 3 better, that's all.
I like it too.
Yes. No, love all the additional characters. Apart from Big Top, there isn't a turnabout I actually dislike. My favorite one is probably the one we just did.
Well, obviously.
But I don't know, but please tell that they probably don't, but do they get rid of the amnesia stick next game?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Well,
Okay.
it's
All
not really that much of a thing.
I'm fine with tutorial stuff, but that was clearly an excuse.
The tutorial
You're in
case
for a
is,
pretty good tutorial
the-
tomorrow. I mean, with the third case, I won't spoil what happens, but let's just say it's a rather clever thing and something that'll be similar to how they start off the first case of the fourth game.
The third game has the best tutorial case in the entire series.
Looking forward
I'm
to
inclined to agree.
But yeah, fantastic game.
Yep.
That's all I have to say.
All right, then I guess I'll go next. Then yes, I'm going. Did you want to go, Glibbs?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yes, this game is it's problematic. I will say. Even okay. Okay. Case 3. Okay, case 3 of this game was my pick for the worst case in the Ace Attorney series until I came across a certain other case we'll get to one day. But I won't spoil what it is. You can find that for yourself in the near future. But yeah.
Gee, I wonder.
Okay, yeah. The third case sucks, and it doesn't really add much to anything really. So in terms of it's that I consider case 3 like a bad Doctor Who a bad Doctor Who episode. As okay. It's a bad Russell T Davies era Doctor Who episode. It's bad, but unlike a bad Stephen Moffat episode, it doesn't mess with anything else. So
yeah,
that's fine, I guess. There you go, to you. There's your daily Stephen Moffat. Take that for the day.
Thank you.
But yeah, aside from that, I do enjoy the cases in this game, although not as much as the first one, if you catch my drift. And yeah, and in terms of the music tracks, there are a couple of there's some good ones here. I mean, there's like one or two that I couldn't even begin to try and tell you guys what they sound like. but it's okay. I mean, it's not like I mean, it's not as good as say Dual Destinies' soundtrack, but it's fine. It's fine. I mean, again, this game was on a bit of a rushed, tight deadline, so I guess the music also had to be a bit rushed.
Yeah, and it shows with Taichiyama Circus.
Yeah, it's like the guy. It's like the guy had to figure something on a quick fast. So he's like, I know, I'll just have to do generic circus theme. But
along soon would come a hero named Noriyuki Iwadare.
More so in the 5th game. But yeah, overall, good game. But the 3rd case does drag it down. Even though, again, like I said, Bad Rules of the Davis Zero Doc 2 episode doesn't affect much of anything.
Okay then. And it's your turn.
Sure, you'll be the last, I guess. Alright, it's almost all of what you others have said, but on a more personal point of view. I personally prefer the soundtrack over the other games, at least so far, obviously. The fact that my theme is the same, but it has the expanded bit, just like in the Layton series, the Pandora's Box puzzle theme is the same as the first game, just with that added extra that makes it perfect to me. The jail theme is fine for me. Even the more obnoxious one, like the big top theme, the accordion thing, the synthesized accordion, it's fine. The problem relies in the repetition, not so much in the theme itself to me. As for the cases themselves, I still don't like the first one. I honestly think it's one of the worst tutorials I've ever seen in a video game. This is the kind of thing that Undertale parodies with the beginning level. The idea behind it, the fact that there is this weird contrivance for hand-holding. But every other case is fine. Even I'm going to on a stretch and say even Big Top on a more religious phase is not that bad. The problem in Big Top relies on the obnoxiousness on the character and how they hammer their stupidity on top of you. It's just a matter of resolving things out. Yes, the way the murder actually happened in the game is a gigantic mother of all coincidences that defies the suspension of disbelief for how contrived everything is together. But it didn't make me rage because I knew I was expecting the trial to be kind of bad from the get-go. So I guess I had not expectations crushed for this. As for the last case, it's definitely my favorite of the franchise. I personally so far think that Franziska, Edgeworth obviously is so far as the best prosecutor, but I think Franziska is the best second choice in the matter, like the ideal follow-up as the recurring prosecutor to this. Obviously, what will entail in the future, we will see in future games, but we'll see.
I'll just say this now to you, if you like Franziska and Edgeworth, you're gonna like the investigation games.
So overall, I honestly like this game. Like, even at its lowest point, I think it's more fine to me than I may have judged it years ago. I guess it's also a bit of opinion maturation,
Oh yeah, it was your first game of the original trilogy.
Yes, but keep in mind, that's also the extreme also point of the first case. Like, even going completely new, the first case still felt like odd enough to me. But whatever. I honestly, on that matter, let me add a last note. I saw recently also the anime Jovah showed me and Pedro the first episode of the second season too, because I kind of gave up on the first season after a while. But honestly, the way the anime portrays the first trial, it makes it much more bearable. Everything has kind of a more of a place. It makes more sense, and it makes more sense from a timeline standpoint. We kind of forget that the first trial is technically after case 4, so it makes sense. But yeah, overall enjoyable. Let's see what happens from here on.
Okay, yeah, I should probably open with that fun fact. Yeah, okay, originally in one of the many drafts of JFA, originally Edgeworth was supposed to be the prosecutor all the way through. But then, well, Shutakumi saw how popular Edgeworth was, and well, Edgeworth at some point was Shutakumi's favorite character, so Shutakumi thought, you know, if I have Edgeworth lose, like, all of the trials in this game, it'll kind of take away from his character or something. And thus, a new prosecutor was created to lose 2 times before Edgeworth came back for the final case.
And the final case was made so that even the supposed lose was not exactly a loss. In fact, technically speaking, Edgeworth won.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's kind of what makes it great. So I guess Shutakumi thought it would get a bit ridiculous if Edgeworth, like, lost that many times, only to then come to the final case. And thus, Franziska was created. Yes, the prosecutor who prides herself on victory was created specifically to lose against Phoenix. That said, though, he still made her
She
a
was
good...
set up for failure from the very beginning.
Although, good thing is that she's still a good character in her own right, because, there's a lot of backstory behind her. But yeah, which we do get to see here, and you can make enough on it. But yeah, okay, my thoughts on this game. Yeah, I had the fortune of, I gotta say, yes, what we've just played, a lot of people consider to actually be the best turnabout in the series. Me personally, my favorite is still the Brits turnabout, but this is still a pretty flipping sweet one, and definitely one that helps steer the quality of this game. Yeah, I'll say it, I definitely like Justice for All. It's definitely the weakest of the original trilogy, you know, between the time constraints and the fact that this had to be made in less than a year, because that was all so wise. But I'll give Takumi this. Considering what he had to work with, I think we had a pretty good game. Yes, folks, I'm someone who likes the Lost Turnabout. Sure, the amnesia thing is a bit annoying, but I actually like it, and I find it actually good as a tutorial. And like Shiroi said, in a way, it allows you to step into the shoes of Phoenix and allows you to develop your own character for him, something that culminates in the final case. So yeah, I think the Lost Turnabout is a fun case. Then there's the second case, which is... yeah, I think that's still my favorite second case yet, Reunion and Turnabout, which is a wonderfully written case. Like, you get the reunion with Maya, but we also get the introduction to some nice new characters. A lot of it gets to be useful, we have a nice tragic villain, and it's a pretty good mystery. And wouldn't it be figured that this ended up getting reflected by real life as well? Thanks a lot, the Prophet Shutakumi. And then there's... okay, I'll be quite honest, Turnabout Big Top, while it's still Turnabout Big Top, it's not as bad as I remember it. Don't get me wrong, it has a lot of problems, and it's definitely one of the weakest cases in the entire series. Like, holy cow, it's pretty weak. But looking back at it, I can definitely see where Shutakumi put a lot of heart and mind into it. Acro being the villain, it's either gonna work for you, or you're not gonna like it. And I'm not particularly fond of all the characters, but I actually do appreciate Maximilian Galactica when we actually do figure out his hidden depths and every now and then. And I think part of the reason I'm saying that I like this case is because I'm kind of remembering how bad a future case is, but we'll get to that in the future. The point being is this, though. Turnabout Big Top, while definitely one of the weakest cases ever, it's not bad enough to drag down the quality of this game. Well, to the point where I would call this game bad. And holy cow, after what's one of the weakest cases in the game, in the entire series, we get one of the best series. Farewell, my Turnabout. Like, holy cow, I could go on for eons about why this case is so great, but it's a nice character study. It's one that allows Phoenix to actually get some nice development here and there, realizing that being a lawyer doesn't mean always getting your client off the hook. And it kind of reflects a bit of real life when lawyers are also saddled with situations like this. It's obviously a bit more of a whimsical setting, but all the same still, it is very heart-wrenching and can be quite emotionally challenging. But in all the end, it comes out to a very nice victory when your client is proven guilty, and it's quite a satisfying takedown nonetheless. The characters, as usual, are nice, well-ranged, wacky, have depth and personality to them when they need to. So yeah, overall, while Justice for All is definitely the weakest of the original trilogy, don't miss it. Like, trust me. Not only does it help the finale of the original trilogy all the more, it's still an overall fun game, and one that I think you can definitely have a great time with, as per usual.
So, what's next, Jovah? Trials and Tribulations?
Oh yeah, Trials and Tribulations. Well, Shiroi and Teo, Trials and Tribulations. Okay, you may whether or not you like this game better than Trials and Tribulations, let's just say Trials and Tribulations is considered by most to be still the absolute peak of Ace Attorney. That's not to say the other games are bad or anything, but let's just say Trials and Tribulations goes, like, big. And I mean, let's put it like this. Everything from every past game to this point will culminate in Trials and Tribulations, and most of all, Mia Fey will get to be quite useful.
I will see that. All right.
Pretty cool. But
Let's just say Trials and Tribulations is one of the main reasons why Mia Fey has as big a fan base as she does.
So, see you for... Yes, please?
No, I'll say afterwards.
See you for that game.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.